All right, Broncos country, we're taking a look at the offensive series here for Denver against San Francisco. We're looking at the starters here. This is the first series. We'll go through the second and third as well. First look at R.J. Harvey. Nice little outside run. Cuts back inside. Gets a few yards, positive yards here. The idea that this outside zone, wide zone scheme that the Broncos are trying to run, it's really predicated on vision and hitting the cutback when the hole opens up here. So as you can see, you're going to bring Adam Troutman here in motion. He's going to be a blocker here. He falls down on this play, so this does impact things. Quinn Miners is stepping up to reach back. I'm going to let the play out, and we'll bring it back on a replay just to show you here. All right, so let's go through and take a look at it. Right here, you got Mike McGlinchey and Adam Troutman working a double team. Cortland Sutton's going to work out here against the corner, while you get a double team here from Quinn Miners and initially Luke Wattenberg working down here. And then Quinn's going to work his way up to the next level where ideally you're hoping he's going to seal this linebacker, and you're hoping that Luke Wattenberg can kind of sit in front of this defensive lineman right here and seal him. Ideally, with this play drawing out, you want RJ to be able to hit it up right here and get upfield because Cortland's going to be blocking, and you can pin this guy. You get a one-on-one here with the safety, but Troutman falls down right here at the bottom of your screen as you're looking, and so that really kind of makes things challenging because he's drawing this out wide and trying to hit that cutback. Now you got trailers underneath right here. Tough read for RJ to have to make. He's going to get skinny and at least get a few yards on this play. That could have been better blocked here by the Broncos offensive line. Troy Franklin's been a bright spot this offseason for the Broncos. He's right here inside the slot. We'll let the play develop, but the 49ers defense, they are in a nickel personnel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs, 4 down linemen, a 4-2-5 defensive look for them. And then, again, zone coverage here. Troy's going to do a great job of finding just a soft spot and sitting. Cortland's going to run off here, and you're going to get a positive yards here for a first down. Troy's role in this offense is going to be in the slot. It's also as a Z receiver here. But as you can see with San Francisco, they're kind of playing this delta bracket right here because, hey, you got 2 receivers, 3 cover guys. Now, obviously, the nickel defender is going to be helping if this tailback comes out here. Linebacker is also keying the running back as well. But basically, what you have with this corner who's kind of playing this outside leverage against Cortland is, hey, I can afford to bail because if Cortland runs an in-breaking route, I have a safety right here that can help me inside, so he can play underneath if he wants to. You obviously have corner right here, safety playing over the top of Evan Ingram, the down inline tight end. Now, for Troy, they recognize this. This corner is opening up and bailing, a great indicator of zone coverage. He's going to play over the top, and he's going to come out here to this middle hook. Troy's just going to sit, show the numbers, get the ball, 7 to 8 yards, move the chains for a first down on second down. You love that. That's a good play here by Troy Franklin and a quick decision there from Bo Nix. Now, as we look at the offensive line, Evan Ingram right here, inline tight end. He's got an outside pass rusher right there at the defensive end position. Number 47 had a good game for them. And then obviously you've got a 3 technique right here. You've got a 2-eye here from this defensive lineman, and you're wide outside of Garrett Bowles right here, linebacker Kean R.J. Harvey. So let's take a look here. What's Bo reading? Because really, if you want, right, if this is an RPO, you could give this, right? It's based on the read. These guys are blocking. These guys are double teaming right here. Nice little one-on-one, maybe a chip release out here to the flat from Ingram. You could give this, right? But then now it's like you got this linebacker and you got this linebacker right here that's going to make the play. Bo makes the right decision. He pulls. Fires to the soft spot against zone coverage. Move the chains here for a first down. It's a good play by Bo and by Troy, who are going to reignite that Oregon connection this season. On the very next play, I like this design here. It's 1st and 10, and you're going to get a shot play right here from Bo Nix to Cortland Sutton, who's going to have a great move initially off the line of scrimmage. Gets the corner to commit just for a minute, which gives him an opening, right? Because you have a press cover corner playing outside, and you got a safety who's going to roll to the middle of the field because this safety right here at the top of the screen is going to come down to guard the curl to flat. Deep third right here from this corner. And then basically you got your linebackers covering underneath because this is a 5-man rush here by the 49ers and Robert Saleh, especially out of the nickel. They're sending a lot of heat here. So you're going to get the shot play here to Cortland Sutton, though I do like some of the designs here. I'm going to draw it up because we're not replaying it. I do like the design here. You're going to get a vertical release right here, and he's just going to run over the top of the field, whereas you're going to get a crosser underneath, and you're going to get Evan Ingram kind of swinging out here, and he can turn into a blocker because you got the tailback swing, right? So they're kind of setting up to, hey, get Evan Ingram out as a blocker, get the ball to R.J. Harvey in space. You have the numbers advantage there. but instead you take the shot play, which is the right decision here from Bo Nix. I like it. This is a perfectly placed football. Cortland Sutton just can't haul it in. You're going to want this one back. Look at that. Just gets that outside release right here, and now the corner's playing in a trail technique. So, hey, you throw this ball perfectly over the top. This is a great spot throw. Man, that's perfect. Perfect. You got to find a way to come down with that play if you are Cortland Sutton. That's going to be one that he wants back here. He recognized that now. It brings up a 2nd and 10 coming up on the next play, but let's take a look at this. You get a 2-eye right here from this defensive tackle. You'll also get a 2-eye right here from this defensive tackle. So they're really trying to plug here because you're sending wide right here. You're sending wide right here, and then you're also blitzing this nickel. So ideally, hey, we got to get this ball out quickly. Bang. Mike McGlinchey's going to step. Boom. Now you got one-on-ones across the board. Bo's going to set his feet. Fires just his perfect shot throw right there. Who knows how the game, the flow would have went if this. Now, R.J. Harvey on this play is going to get another look in the run game here for the Broncos, and it's going to be an outside run to the right where he makes a little something out of nothing right here. You're going to bring Adam Troutman here in motion. Obviously, you've got that 4-man front there by the 49ers defense. You got the nickel who's walked up, who's also going to be a force player here. He's blitzing. So really, this kind of creates some chaos, some congestion. You're not going to be able to see it from this angle. Nice little play here from Harvey getting upfield, but this other angle is going to be the one where we see it. And I'm going to play it for you first. You could see it full speed, and then we're going to go back and take a look. I'm going to pause it kind of pre-snap just so you can see the alignment where everybody's at, right? Now, obviously, the defensive line has motioned down a little bit. They've shifted inside of a 2-eye here of the guard. Luke Wattenberg is going to come up here and try to reach block this linebacker. Ben Powers is going to try to reach right here. And then initially, it looks like Quinn Miners and Mike McGlinchey are trying to reach block right here as if they're trying to double team, seal, get up here to get play side, and you're hoping he can win the one-on-one, and then maybe he can win this one-on-one so RJ can have, a hole to be able to cut back into. But it doesn't necessarily go out this way. You see the step here. Wattenberg's coming out right now. Ben Powers doing a good job. Quinn is trying to get outside right here, and then kind of looks like he gets tripped up right here. He and McGlinchey are going to have traffic. They're going to collide. Now you just have a bunch of congestion right here, which leaves defenders free to come up and help out and run support. Luckily, RJ's faster, but you got to be able to block this one better if you're the Broncos offensive line and some of the skill player positions. Marvin had a great job. Look, now you're going to get Troutman right here working on this block to try to crash down. Vele maybe could take a better angle here on the shoulder. I mean, like I said, I'm nitpicking here. I don't know exactly what the coach told him his assignment is, but his guy's going to fight. Could have gotten called for a hold right there. Now you have a free defender here. This is hard. For RJ to make something out of nothing here was impressive, but you don't want to have to rely on that all season long. It's got to be blocked better here by the Broncos offensive line. The 49ers defense, they're going to come out in man coverage right here, and they're going to send some pressure here for Bo Nix, and he's not going to be able to find Evan Ingram because of the coverage in which they have. This safety at the top of your screen here, he's going to float to kind of the middle of the field, guard between the hash and obviously the numbers over the top, but you're going to get man coverage across the board right here by the 49ers defense. This defender right here is obviously guarding to see, hey, what's going to happen if this tailback swings out. He's in a position to where he can cover him, but you're going to get man coverage right here. Safety's obviously covering the tight end right here, man to man. And then you've got this look where these two linebackers here are walked up as if they're going to be blitzing. They're going to drop back and cover the middle right here to protect anything in terms of the crossing routes. Broncos route concepts that you're going to see, outside release at the top from your outside guys. Good release here from Evan Ingram, and he's going to cross the middle of the field. Ideally, you want to hit him on this play, but the underneath defenders kind of take that away. You're going to get a chip block from Adam Troutman, 1001, release out to the flat, and then you're going to get a little bit of a delay release right here from J.K. Dobbins, who's going to run a crosser, and Bo's going to try to find him, but pressure here out of the 4-man front that the 49ers are going to bring. They cross face, and now Bo's got a free rusher in his face. It's not ideal, right? So let's take a look at the play. Pressure. He has to sidestep it, try to sidearm it here to J.K. Dobbins. It's going to fall incomplete, but let's take a look at it here. We'll slow it down and walk through it. Okay, route concepts, as we know, outside. Nice climb inside, and he's going to cross right here from Evan Ingram, chip release to the flat. J.K., as we all know, that's your route concepts right here. But watch this, right? If you're Bo, and Bo's going to cock his arm back to try to find Evan Ingram here, Ingram is climbing. You got two inside linebackers sitting underneath. You got a safety over here over the top, and you got man coverage playing underneath. trailing the hip right here. I mean, Bo wants to find him, but if Bo throws this ball, this defender's lurking. He might be able to pick it. He might be able to make a play here. Or you throw this ball and the safety breaks, Evan Ingram gets hit really hard. You don't want to have that happen in the preseason. Bo makes the smart play, sidesteps and avoids the pressure. And look, you're just trying to get this to Dobbins at this point. Just once again, pressure in the face. If Bo had more time on this play, something might have formulated with one of these underneath crossing routes, but that's not the case. So let's take a look at it from this angle. You're going to see the fast version, then we're going to replay it, right? Safety's playing in between the hash and the numbers. Free rusher right here already in Bo Nix's face. That's not acceptable. That's not good. I understand it's the preseason. Part of the issue might be that the offensive line, because of the CBA rules, these guys don't get as much time on task in terms of contact and engagement because you're working bags all the time. So you use the preseason to kind of iron this out here. So let's take a look. This is just a four-man rush right here by the 49ers defense. Ben Powers doing a good job stepping down right here on this. Luke Wattenberg and Quinn seem to be double-teaming right here, but this is a stunt. He's clawing inside so this guy can free up. And then you get a one-on-one right here from Garrett Bowles after the chip block from Troutman and Mike McGlinchey one-on-one against number 47. Not sure where things messed up here, right? You get cross-faced like this. I mean, this is hard for Luke Wattenberg to have to try to peel back and make this play. You maybe want communication between these two guys right here that ideally he's going to step and do this, pick him up, and Wattenberg might have to better anchor right here, but this is a good stunt play right here by the 49ers defense. Creates the free rusher. These are things that just have to be shored up by communication, maybe some technique. We'll see what the Broncos do this week, going back to the drawing board as they prepare for the Cardinals. Bo in the offense on this play. They're going to do some run action here because they're going to pull Ben Powers from the left side to the right to kind of kick out backside as they're trying to open up these route concepts. Cortland at the top is going to run the goal ball here. Troy Franklin's going to vertical release, stem inside, and then try to bow it out because Bo's going to roll out here to his right. This looks like a design, kind of a scramble right play here. And then obviously J.K. Dobbins coming out here into the flat. Evan Ingram, chip release, and then coming across on a crosser underneath right here. But there's pressure here from the inside. Number 47 doesn't give Bo a chance to really kind of set his feet right here in the pocket because if you do, okay, now you got Evan Ingram coming right here. You might be able to hit him. But this defensive end right here does a good job of gaining depth. And so Bo can't throw this backside because this guy's going to get his hands up, might intercept it, might deflect it. Troy's right here, right? And obviously you got this corner covering Sutton at top, safety over the top right here, underneath the fender. And then you've got this guy right here who kind of slips and falls. You try to throw this shot here to Troy, this guy might come through and blast him, right, and dislodge the football. You don't want to throw it, once again, a hospital ball. The right decision here is to find Dobbins here for the short gain. Maybe you want to find him quicker. Bo's going to do it on the run. You get about 4 yards here. Not the best play, but you know what? Positive yards are always something you're going to take. Maybe you can do it a little sooner here. Does Bo have a chance to really set his feet? Look, and this game's being played at 1,000,000 miles an hour, folks. So I'm not sitting here saying I know what Bo's supposed to be going through. You're going to get a lot of analysts that tell you what Bo should have done, who he should have thrown to, what he should have done, what his coaches are telling him to do. Nobody knows that, right? We're just reacting to it as we're watching the film here. Now, Bo's kind of climbing right here. Maybe if this guy doesn't get kind of beating the backside pressure here, maybe Bo has a chance to set his feet, and then he might be able to lead Ingram here with anticipation. But then again, once again, this guy's doing a good job. Number 95, trailing and chasing. You throw this here. Now this guy's a chance to step and blow up Evan Ingram with the shoulder. So, hey, take the 4 yards. Take what the defense gets you. All right, live to see another day. These are the base, vanilla, fundamental plays of this offense. We're not seeing Sean Payton's full playbook being fully extended here. Bo Nix in the offense, they're going to come out on this play. You're going to motion Adam Troutman to the right side of the formation. The 49ers defense shifts. Bo's reading the mic. They don't like what they see here, so Bo's going to kill it. Kill, or they're calling an audible here. And now you're going to get a toss to the left side here to R.J. Harvey. I think Pat Bryant does a really good job blocking right here because really you're blocking down if you're Pat Bryant. You're pulling Garrett Bowles out, and then Devon Bailey is going to come up and try to block. Let's take a look here. Look, Pat's going to crash down right here. I think he does a good job, allows Garrett to get out here in space. You want Devon Bailey to come up right here and ideally try to seal this nickel defender, which allows Garrett Bowles to hopefully come out here and you get a block here on the corner. But this defender right here is going to throw a little bit of a wrench into things because now Garrett has to stop on this peel back. to stop him because nearest threat. You want Vele to stay on this a little bit longer. He can't do it. His defender gets inside, which now makes it problematic here for R.J. Harvey to try to get positive yards. Garrett does a good job of latching on, but this guy really kind of blows things up because if Vele blocks this guy well, you get a one-on-one here with RJ in the corner. I'll take that any day. You're going to get positive yards more than likely 9 out of 10 times on that. It ends up being a play that doesn't get much in terms of positive yards. It affects the yard per carry average here for RJ Harvey. And just once again, let's take a look here at Pat Bryant. I like that he's such a willing blocker here, especially against a bigger guy. That's a big body type. Okay, now you get the kill. He knows it because it's tight. Okay, now I'm just going to seal right here. Boom. Seal, allow Garrett to get out. And then now because this isn't blocked well, ideally you want to be able to stay here. This is hard too because this guy's got a good angle. But if this guy wasn't trailing right here, then Garrett could get up here or work his way up. Or Vele could work his way up, and then Garrett can obviously climb to him. And then you might have a cutback. I mean, there's so many different things that you can read into this. But the game is played at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We can slow it down. We can give you still footages and images and tell you exactly what these guys should have done. Got to watch out there for Vele. That could have been a block in the back. I didn't feel like this was Vele's best game as a blocker as he's working his way back from an injury. Final play here, the Broncos' first series offensively, and you're going to get just a 4-man rush right here by the 49ers defense. Sutton's crossing underneath, and so is Evan Ingram. It looks like they might have gotten confused on the depth in which they're both supposed to cross because it looks like they tried to avoid each other. You get Troy Franklin on the deep over. Marvin's going to climb vertical and turn it into an over route as well. And then you got obviously J.K. Dobbins who's going to float out here and help in pass protection. And really for Bo, I mean, with pressure bearing around him, look, the pocket is bowed around him at this point. It's going to be hard for him. If he steps up here, he might get sacked. He might get hit here. So he's just trying to find the open guy because, hey, first down marker is right here. You can't fire the shot right here. No one's open. You got a lurking defender underneath. You got these two guys, linebackers, bailing here for Troy. You've got this nickel defender playing right here on Ingram. The idea is, hey, I'm going to get it to my guy and hopefully work him in space. Gets the ball to Cortland. Is not able to get the first down. I mean, the 49ers did a really good job of kind of taking a lot of those plays away. When you bow the pocket around your quarterback like that, you make it difficult for him to have it, to set his feet, right? To be able to find guys. Now, right here, if he wants to throw this to Evan Ingram, this corner is going to blast him. So, I mean, Bo is having to analyze all of this at 1,000,000 miles an hour. This isn't coming open because these guys are bailing here to get to Troy. And this guy's kind of just playing to a point where, hey, he's underneath. He could sink back and make a play on it, or he can just wait for this to be thrown and come up and make a play. First down's right there. So ideally, it plays to the favor of the defense. Bo finds his open guy right here in Cortland. And Cortland, get popped as soon as he catches it. You're only going to need a few yards here, and Denver's going to have to punt it away. This wasn't a great first series here by the offense. We talked about some of the blocking issues that we've seen at times. We've seen the pocket not be completely clean for Bo. These are things that you want to get out of the way after your first preseason game. On to the Broncos' second offensive series here against San Francisco. It looks like this is just a quick design to try to get R.J. Harvey the ball in space. You're going to get a free rusher in his face, and Bo's just going to float this a little too much against the blitzing nickel defender. It's going to fall incomplete. You're going to want this one back. Just a little outstretched here for R.J., but this is stuff that you clean up on. You get an extra rusher. This is a good look for Bo and them to get on tape and on film. As you can see, the offensive line, they're just kind of blocking down here. It's a quick release, and just a little outstretch there of R.J. Harvey. You're going to want this one back. This second play right here is just a design play to Harvey once again, getting the Broncos wide receivers at the top of your screens, getting them out in the blocking game, and just trying to get something that's going to get you positive yards to get you out of the shadow of your own end zone here, right? And I like this design. I like the ability to be able to get this ball to a guy you feel like can make plays in space. This is only going to get better. Good blocking on the outside, blocking right here. Evan Ingram is looking to track in case this defender right here, the linebacker, is going to come and chase. And hopefully it really kind of sets up, right, a one-on-one. But this ball, I mean, he's got so much space right here. Ingram's going to block right here. And then the safety does a great job of really kind of taking away the outside here for R.J. Harvey. Force him to go back inside because, look, now you got backside trail help here. You got help right here. That's just tough. So RJ is going to just try to get as north as he can. And look, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 yards on this play. You'll take that. And now it brings up a 3rd and 6 scenario coming up here on the next play. So let's take a look at it. You get the motion. We're just going to get the ball to one of our guys in space. And this was really, I think, a manufactured touch here because the Broncos want to keep seeing what R.J. Harvey can do, right? You want to be able to get this guy these looks. Now, ideally, if I had to nitpick, good block right here by Troy. If I had to nitpick Devon Vele right here, and it sounds like I'm being hard on him. I'm not intentionally trying to be. You might want to attack just right here, right? A little more base. Actually, not that bad. Who am I to nitpick? So, a good cut inside by Harvey. You're going to get 4 yards. Positive yards. You always want to come away with positive on a play instead of negative. On this play right here, the Broncos and Bo Nix are going to get called for intentional grounding, which results in a safety. You're going to get 6 defenders that are blitzing right here. Robert Saleh is a sicko to do that in the preseason. A little diabolical. You know, I'm a defensive guy. I like that, though. I like the aggressiveness. I want Vance Joseph to do the same exact thing here. Now, what's going to happen here is this nickel defender is going to blitz here off the edge. So is the top of your screen as well. This nickel defender is going to blitz. And then you obviously have 1, 2, 3, your 4 down linemen. So you're going to get 6 on this blitz here. And you're going to get this release right here from the receiver. Corners obviously backpedaling, covering that. A safety's coming down just to help because guess what? You replace, if you're blitzing right here, you replace down here underneath. Linebackers opening up. Safety's climbing over the top to the middle to replace the safety who's climbing down right here while you just get man coverage, and you get the blitz from the defender right here. But watch this, right? Everyone's talking about this. Troy's got a chip release right here, and he's going to run the crosser because this guy's going to climb for this route right here, which frees up Troy underneath. In the regular season, yes, I want Bo to set his feet right here and fire this shot. But this is the preseason. I don't want Bo sitting here firing the shot and then getting absolutely blasted by a free blitzer in the preseason. Yes, you want to see that carry over in the regular season. You want to be able to make that play. I don't want Bo to get blasted in the regular season either, but I'm not going to nitpick this as much, especially when the game is being played. Once again, this is their first game action. As you can see, Bo's going to sense this out of the corner of his eye, and that's why he's just going to flip and try to turn this into a scramble drill right here. Throw it away. He's not going to have time to do that. Negative play, but man, I'd rather Bo get this negative play out of the way here in the preseason versus him just being absolutely blasted. Ball on this play is going to have an underthrown pass here to Troy Franklin, who's working inside against the nickel. It's man coverage here with the safety over the top for the 49ers defense. Sutton's going to have an inside move here and then climb back to being vertical here. Troy Franklin, nice move off the line of scrimmage, is going to be on this deep over route right here. Marvin Mims going to come underneath. Evan Ingram chip release out here on an out route, and then J.K. Dobbins out here to the flat. But you're going to get a 5-man pressure here from the 49ers defense. Bo's going to set his feet here, and he's going to fire this shot. I think thinking he's going to hit Troy Franklin here in stride for a catch and touch, but this ball kind of sails a little bit. It's underthrown, almost intercepted. This is one that Bo's going to want back on tape, obviously, but let's watch Troy Franklin right here working against the nickel. The size, the speed, the route running ability, even though this defender's trailing, if this ball is high and over the top, it's going to be hard for that defender to make a play no matter how tight underneath coverage he's in. But ideally, you want to be able to hit Troy right about here with that ball coming, and that safety might not even be able to make a play on this, right? Worst case scenario, Troy catches it, gets tackled at the 1-yard line, and then you're set up with a red zone opportunity. Just a missed play right here from Bo is definitely something he's going to want back when going through the tape here. Let's take a look at the protection on the 5-man rush. You get inside, and now you get this little stab jab move here, which these guys are going to try to clog inside, and he's going to try to stunt around while you get the one-on-one here. So let's take a look. Yep, good job by Ben Powers, Wattenberg, and Quinn Miners. And I don't know if they're probably saying something to each other. I think Ben Powers does a great job of readjusting right here to pick up this blitzer. Does a good job, pushes him out. Number 69 kind of speeds up the clock a little bit, but Bo has time to throw, set his feet here. This is just underthrown and a missed opportunity by Nix to Troy Franklin. I think they'll get that one back at some point here this season. But what I like is on the very next play, the Broncos, they're staying in. It's 4th down, 4th and 5, and Bo Nix saying, you know what, I'm gonna get this right. And he's going to go right back here to Troy Franklin, who's going to do a really good job working initially off his release. He's going to climb inside. There's tight underneath coverage here, but you see the strong hands from Troy here to move the ball for a first down. Fights through contact, gains a little bit of separation coming inside. High point stat. Love that play right there, and love the confidence for Nix to go right back. And now you move the chains, keep the drive alive, going for it on fourth down. I like that. That is a positive play here. Probably the bright spot for the Broncos starters on the evening from their night against San Francisco. Evan Ingram working across the middle of the field. I love that. Sutton coming underneath here, but realistically, it's this guy's going to cheat to help Cortland. And hey, at this point, Bo already knows I'm going to Troy here. He leads him. Great throw. I mean, that's a beautiful throw in anticipation. Finds Troy. First down. Move the chains. Loving that. RJ Harvey on this play is going to try to make a cut to the outside, and is just going to get overwhelmed by the amount of defenders. You know, ideally, he's just trying to read. Maybe you want him to stay a little patient here and try to bounce this inside. You obviously have your blockers right here. Maybe he sees that maybe I can get this one-on-one against the corner and win. But at this point, look, you get that congestion. Now you get a trailer backside. This guy's going to be able to work there. And now you have a free guy who's just going to try to attack the outside hip. We always talk about that outside hip. He's going to drive. It's just not going to be enough. And it's going to wrap up Harvey for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Definitely a play you want to avoid here. Let's take a look at how it's blocked here from this angle. Now, defensive alignment, you've got a 2-eye right here from this defensive lineman. You've kind of got the apex between a 4-eye and obviously a 3 technique right here from this D tackle. 76 is going to play outside alignment against the tight end. One-on-one. Marvin's going to come down to try to help block inside here, this safety. And, I mean, yeah, ideally your hope is to draw this guy down, maybe seal this guy, and he can get here. But you're going to have this guy getting here, this guy right here. So Harvey sees that this hole is not going to open up for him. So he bounces it to the outside. That's part of this, is just seeing where the hole's going to open up. Try to beat this corner. Maybe I would say try to cut air inside and just get positive yards. Instead, corner's going to make a great play, wrap him up, tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. That's something that, you're going to get these game reps. You need to be able to get this feel so you can make this adjustment in the regular season. Now, on this play right here, Bo's going to look for Cortland Sutton on a go ball, and this is going to be an underthrown pass as well. So 2 underthrows from Bo here in this game. And obviously with this corner, I mean, you got a safety over the top. This corner is just playing. He's bailing. So at this point, you want this to be high and to the outside here. Instead, this is kind of underthrown, allows the corner to kind of get in phase and just kind of make a play on this football, almost intercepts it. High to the outside is where you want this ball to be. Underthrown is dangerous in this in this field territory. So this is definitely something Bo's going to want to go back on film and kind of correct here once you get to the regular season. You can't be making these same mistakes here against some of the starting corners that you're going to get in the NFL. Dangerous play right here. Luckily, it's not picked.